Hi.
Game 5?
I'm caught in a wire. Nothing is
hold on,
going.
You got to do
nothing
it.
is going
You got to go over the...
Wait, where is this?
Whatever, guys.
Oh, come on, man.
2-2. Enemy
Help me
Esports is trying to defend their SPL spot for the summer split against Boogaloo. Both teams have had
Welcome
a ton
back
of
to
roster
the
changes.
SPL here.
You got it? Are you good now to take over?
Game 5, not 4. Game 5. We're at Game 5.
That's what I said. Did you say Game 4?
Yes, I did.
I'm 1 seat. Now you're done.
P's and B's coming up in just a second here. We're going to be going into Game 5. Boogaloo, Enemy Esports. Final game here. Winner goes to the SPL. No craziness. No, oh my God, but this happened. Or, oh my God, this team beat this team. Winner goes to the Pro League. It's about to happen.
Yep. Picks and bans. First up, we're probably going to see a Sylvanus ban once again. Maybe not by Enemy, but no team in North America has wanted to deal with this. It's going to be Jablanki. I actually like this. Not love it. Both teams have actually really been highlighted by this god, right? Both have really been looking to grab it. We've seen it first picked like 2 or 3 times, and Bologna also banned out here. And as he doesn't want to deal with it.
I mean, for real, why would he want to? He got decimated by this character.
That's mean to say.
I mean, Bologna straight up won that game. Athena going to be taken away again. Final ban going to be Bacchus. An Enemy has
Anhur wasn't banned. So Anhur, which was actually banned out by Enemy Esports the first 4 games, left open to ban out Jablanki instead for the final game for their spot to the Pro League. We'll have to see if this ends up backfiring on them. We're waiting for the first pick, and it's going to be Sylvanus. Why is Sylvanus still open?
Yeah, there's a lot of craziness going on. Will he pick Anhur into Sylvanus is the question.
I don't think this is a spot to pick Anhur, and that's a problem because I think otherwise the Anhur is going to be picked up by Enemy in this next round.
Yeah.
And yeah, there it is. It's going to be Serqet Hunbots, a double assassin lane. The Hunbots, who didn't really have much effectiveness last game, is back in.
I mean, Serqet was great, but Hunbots did next to nothing in the previous match. Rather game. I'm not sure why this happened. And there's Soulshiner's Bastet. Enemy looking strong.
Yeah, he was 11-0 and some. I don't know if it was probably better than that at the end, but Soulshiner's Bastet was out of this world last game, and Agni also picked up. So they're not going to like to pick up the Anhur here.
Wow. Okay, Anhur going to be locked in there. Obviously, Agni was the good pick there. I mean, Jerby has found success on Agni.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing very well on Agni, especially the blink coming out of it has been very effective on him, and he's one of the few mid laners who rotates that much and actually makes use out of the blink by picking it up instead of just waiting for it to be a combat blink.
Bans coming out. Uller, I think, is a really good pick there because Bronx Bombers' Uller is very, very good.
Yeah, 2 targeted bans, right? Bronx Bombers, Uller. I mean, Uller's also a guy you don't want to deal with in general, but it is fairly targeted. The Ares ban, I think, is the best part here. They're like, Chris Pocket, we know you did a number on us in game 3. We are not doing it again.
Is Geb banned?
No, Bacchus.
Is Geb picked? And he's going to go Bacchus?
He does have an expand. He could play every god Diab. I know I know his Geb is obviously great, but you know, you got to play a Bacchus if it's going to fit into your team competent. The Drunken State is so good.
Awesome to the max, running away from the challenge here, and he goes into Chaac.
You can't lose with Chaac. I mean, you can lose with Chaac. But the biggest thing about Chaac is how safe he is. Even if he gets behind, and he's able to self-heal and clear from his tower.
Mystical Mail changes Chaac.
Oh, true.
It's like I don't know. It's like the Majin symbol. It makes you stronger, but it changes you. It just forces you to be aggressive.
So Jiminy going back to his Vulcan. So, you know, we see Vedium on this Anhur, which has been banned out all series. So we're going to be able to see if he's able to make any use out of that. But also, Jiminy goes back to his Vulcan, which was so good in the first game of the series, and was just able to completely destroy Jerby's Giannis, right? The huge poke damage. But now he's facing off against Jerby's Agni instead of Giannis. That's going to be an interesting matchup because Agni is able to clear out those turrets pretty efficiently with Rain of Fire.
Going into the game here in about 15 seconds. Team comps, I don't know, man. I think for me, the Hunbots and I don't know.
These are pretty even team comps, right? I don't think anyone has like the clear advantage at any stage of the game. I think it's really who's going to be able to get the picks early on, or who's going to just have. I think it's going to come down to whatever team is better. I don't think either team won in the picks and bans phase, and I think it's going to come down to truly who is better between Enemy Esports and Boogaloo.
For me, it's going to do the same thing we do every game, and we're going to take a coin and flip it into the air. Heads, Soulshiner finds kills early and carries the game. Tails doesn't get kills, and it's going to turn into the Jiminy Glick show once again. We're going to find out as we go into Game 5. This one's it. Winner goes to the SPL.
Yep. So we look at solo lane. It's going to be the huge team fight Assassin versus the huge team fight Warrior, who's also, you take a look, right? He's picked up Death Toll. He is looking to fight early. That,
to me, is crazy. When you consider that the two best solo laners in the world go, I'm going to build Mystical Mail on all my warriors and use effect and go into Death Toll.
He still may get it. He may just want that for the extra clear early.
What I'm saying is, like, I think that he's going to do a completely different playstyle. Okay. We know Awesome to the max. He likes to be aggressive, and if he's going to pick up Death Toll, expect that we're going to find a kill early.
And that's, yeah, I think individually, mechanically, Awesome to the max is the better player from what I've seen from Uzzy Wuzzy, which is a very limited game set where I've seen Awesome play quite often in other tournaments outside of this as well. He's really good, so it's true. And perfect tanking. This is small, right? But this is something I love as a player. Perfect tanking of the red buff.
Yes.
On blue side, on order side, it's very hard to do it efficiently and get your mid laner there in time to beat the opponent just based on how many extra steps you have to take, right?
Oh,
did it perfectly, able to get there in time.
So aggressive. He actually lands on Unique and then pulls the wave together to make sure he hits the entire wave with the Razor Whip. And then the entire wave gets hit by not only the Thunderstrike, but the Torrent as well. Instantaneous clear coming out from Soul and Awesome, and they're going to gain a small advantage. And look at this. Soulshiner's rotation is flawless.
Not really. You see him pull the creeps there out of the flame wave?
It didn't matter.
I'd be mad.
I mean, it's still, they're done.
I know. And they're actually doing the upcoming star strategy where they're splitting the back camps. But no, Soulshiner, is he looking for a gank? I don't think they have any kill potential.
Yeah, definitely misguided.
What? That was just a waste of 30 seconds.
And Jerby didn't get backs.
You know what could have happened? Actually, we did see Uknik rotate, so he could have been looking for the back camps, steal, realized that Jiminy Glick and Uknik were coming in, and then backed off. Or maybe, like you said, Jerby didn't get it either. Maybe just miscommunication.
That just seemed like a mess to me.
It was awkward.
That, you know, and if two players are going to miscommunicate on either of these teams, Soul and Jerby, to me.
It happened again. Soulshiner went for the left backs. Jerby went for the right. They ended up going to the right in the end, but this could be bad, right? This is not the game you want the miscommunication on.
They have where did this lead come from? They haven't even gotten anything, and they have this random 500 gold lead?
I mean, Matty Pocket's going to be forcing a lot, basically Boogaloo dual lane to lose a lot. It's just the Sylvanus effect, right? He's not going to lose lane ever. He's going to keep it pushed up. They're going to lose too much gold in there. Additional, and it looks like that's just it, right?
I think I would have liked to see an invade coming out on the left side. I mean, this is what AFK did. Sylvanus came in, and they're like, no purple. No purple at level 1. This is just not something we're going to deal with. But they're dealing with it, right? And it's forcing a lot of gold out of their hands.
Jerby's still not 5. It's going to be important for him to hit 5 here in the next 10 seconds, so he's going to have 2 bombs available for mid camps, and he should be able to get it, right? As long as he just clears these front minions. Is he going to get it? Oh... Wow, that was actually really slow. It's still slow. So he's only going to have 1 bomb for mid-camps, which is actually pretty important if you want to fight, or if you want to stop someone from fighting you, from hard engaging.
Matty Pocket trying to hold
I mean, they rotated their dual lane, too, so they obviously want to fight or force it. But Chris Pocket is leading on minion, so they have full vision.
That's going to hurt. Belly flop a little bit late there, and he's overcommitted. Matty Pocket, Wrath of Terra, expected. Chris Pocket taking a lot of damage. First blood going down.
Yeah, Jiminy Glick's going to throw out that ult there, but no one has follow-up damage to finish him off.
Awesome.
But look at this. Awesome to the max, rotating in. One more auto.
Beautiful.
No, doesn't even need it. He just needs the Torrent, going to secure a kill. And once again, Awesome to the max at mid-camps. Uzzy Wuzzy nowhere in sight, and they're going to start up Gold Fury.
This has been kind of the case every time. Bronx Bomber's getting very low. Vicium might be able to finish that. Oh, they reset it. All 5 men group up here and will gain next to nothing off of it. They need to be quicker about their rotation. They did gain a very decent lead in there, about 1,200 gold.
Yeah, and with that kill, and I'm pretty sure that was a solo kill. I don't think anyone got the assist off it. You could be... Oh, no, he's going to go defend. I almost thought that Chaac was going to go super offensive. He's going to look to pick up the defensive Rune Forged here very fast. One of the most efficient items in the game.
Smithy's Hammer, 25 physical protection, 250 health. extremely cost efficient. Although Cudgel, no longer very cost efficient. 750 gold for 100 health. Heavy Hammer got nerfed and brought it along with it.
It's true.
Rough life.
Taking a look, though, that early kill, that's going to help Awesome a lot. He's just, like, Uzi Wuzzy is just going to get poked out, and Awesome, really, now that he's picked up that Smithies, Uzi Wuzzy isn't going to have any kill potential on Awesome to the max. He's going to heal up everything and counter with a ton of poke. They're going to need Serqet to rotate with that percentage damage and try and keep Uzi relevant.
I would like to see him forego the Runeforge Hammer and just start the Mystical Mail as soon as possible.
I want to see him go Heartseeker. I am not joking.
No.
Look at how much damage he's doing.
I know.
He needs to pick up Heartseeker. He doesn't need to, but I think it's going to be really effective and super snowball him early.
All right, so let's take a look at the gold in hand here. Awesome to the max right now, kind of riding towards the middle at 480 gold. So he needs about 1,300 gold to get a Heartseeker at this stage.
So they want to invade, but they were a little bit too late. At the very least, though, they're going to force Uzi to half life, and he just has to back. He's going to lose another wave. Uzi just getting completely out-farmed, and there's really not much he can do, right, in this matchup, especially considering Chaac out-rotated him and got that kill. He's going to have a lot on his plate, and he's almost going to have to just give up his lane, and I think force some team fights with the huge Fear No Evil ults.
Bottom side purple this time going to Bronx Bombers. Sylvanus needs to be roaming a bit more, so won't be able to utilize the purple as well. Anhur's going to get his as well, but you can see has just left his base. Both players opting away from the Heartseeker. We're going to see the Dev's Gloves come, but a major advantage on the bottom side. As you can see, Bronx Bombers already putting up 15 stacks and a wave into the tower.
Yeah, and Enemy Esports, they have Bastet cats. Yeah, so we could actually see them just do Gold Fury here if they recognize that no one's in position to defend it. Ooh. No, they don't recognize it, though. There's Awesome. Awesome in a lot of trouble. He's going to take reduced damage. The jump's going to miss, actually. Awesome to the max torrent, but not enough damage.
You want him to build a Heartseeker.
Yeah, well, not now. I don't know what happened in that lane. I wasn't watching it, but he got poked out and thought he was okay, obviously.
Because he needs Mystical Mail.
I mean, he doesn't, but I mean, it's going to be effective now. We're going to see him finish the Runeforge, though. I'll be interested to see if he goes into another defensive item or just straight into boots.
It's likely we'll see the boots play. It's the safest play, right? Mystical Mail, while defensive, is actually risky.
And honestly, you got to build it first item, right, to get its full effectiveness.
Yeah.
Once you start waiting for boots or waiting for Runeforge to finish, then it becomes so much less. And look at that just poke. Half-life. Half-life.
Dodging that Cobra's Kiss as well. Trying to send VDM back out. Bronx Bombers begins the rotation. Jerby's here. Maddie's here. Soulshiner has cats.
Uzi's here. That's what's important. Uzi Wuzzy out-rotated way too much. He's going to be here, and they're actually going to be looking to pick up Sylvanus, but yeah, committing a lot into Sylvanus right now would be a bad spot because they would very easily get pinched by the rest of the team.
Soulshiner looking for more damage. Just poke. Cobra's Kiss out of range.
Both teams want to pick. Both teams want to pick really bad. But I mean, Enemy Esports right now, I don't know.
Fishing. Like, this is just straight up fishing. VDM is in a dire strait here with that amount of mana. If he rotates out, he could be in trouble. Soulshiner, though, getting very, very aggressive here. Going to find himself against Chris Pocket. Speaking of low mana, one of the most mana-intensive gods in the game, Bastet right now, sitting at about 20%, going to force herself back. No, she's going to stick around.
Yeah, the whole team's rotating on top. There's no reason to not... Yeah, and they don't realize it, right? Okay, now they see it. But is it going to be in time, right? Cripple Shot comes out. No, Vedium should be fine here.
He didn't actually have the cripple there.
Oh, I thought, yeah, I know. I don't think he had an arrow.
Yeah, that was the key, is he was actually out of Astral Arrows there. Remember, not only does it cost him mana, but it's only one chance, and you must have an Astral Arrow, which he used for Astral Strike to try to clear the wave.
Yeah, and that really playing a route that is huge. And now it looks like Boogaloo wants to counter-engage after Enemy Esports used a couple of their abilities, but Chris Pocket is going real deep. He needs to be careful. Bronx is trying to back. Nope. He might get caught out, actually. His roll is down. He might wait to ult here. Oh, no, there he ults.
Going right up. Very smart choice. Unique taking some damage here, getting healed up as well.
Oh my god, Bronx, you're so good. He had all 3 shots on Unique, basically saying if he had missed 1 or 2 of those, especially 2, Uknik probably wouldn't be able to continue the fight, but he got hit by all 3 forced back.
Which puts him in a bad spot because Matty Pocket, you know, if he engaged on a Bronx Bombers, Matty Pocket was guaranteed to land the Wrath of Terra, which would guarantee the root as well. It would have been enough damage to get the kill. Smartly, Unique will choose the better and go back. But
Enemy Esports starting up this Gold Fury.
It's looking to me like they're going to secure this spot. The early game has gone very well for them so far, but this could be the turnaround. Chris Pocket has perfect timing here.
He got
silenced.
He got silenced out. That was huge. Now Fear No Evil, this is what they need. Also to the max, able to teleport out. The question is, can Uknik pick up a kill in the back while Jiminy Click takes out Matty Pocket? No, he doesn't have anything up.
They're going to find 2, it looks like, and that's going to be it. Let's take a look at the charts here to see how it panned out. It's going to be a 2,000 gold lead for Enemy Esports with an 1,800 experience lead. By no means is that a big enough lead to call this one over.
So a lot of people don't like Chaac, right? It's like, what does he do, right? Why would I have Chaac when I could have Tyr who can do so much control? Why would I not pick an assassin like Bacchus who can snowball super hard? That is why you pick Chaac. That silence, if used properly, could be one of the best, if not is the best ability in the game, right? Silencing out the enemy support, they can't steal. You eliminate any chance for the other team to come back based on stealing objectives.
And as we saw in previous games, Bacchus extremely susceptible to CC.
Why does that silence last so long?
3 seconds?
Yeah.
Because it's like a 4,000 second channel to ultimate.
You should take no damage in it too. Remember that?
Oh my God, stop.
Now it's 50%. Why does it last 3? That's so long.
No, I think it's like a second and a half. It's not very long at all. It just feels like it sometimes when you're trying to silence. But I mean, that to me right there is why Awesome to the Max has been the player to watch in this set throughout the entire set, because that was frame perfect.
For sure.
When Bacchus landed and hit that belly flop, that was more than an execute range.
He actually ulted before the jump, I think.
Oh, way before.
Yeah.
Way before. That ult landed right as, I would say, like a frame or 2 after the Bacchus jump landed to ensure and guarantee the silence. It was perfect.
So Enemy Esports sitting at the 2K lead they've guarded from that Gold Fury and multiple picks across the board. Even though Boogaloo does have the kill lead, it just seems like the momentum and the pressure is all coming out from Enemy Esports, even regardless of that Gold Fury, right? And that's huge, right? Not a lot of people know about this, but the feeling of being ahead, of being more powerful, dictates how you play.
Oh,
sometimes it can backfire, right? Normally we see it on like a Hercules player who feels like they're tankier than they are, or a warrior player in general, but when you're behind, you start getting scared. You don't take advantage of the other team's misplays.
Right. It's going to be harder for you to walk into the jungle when they're out of position and steal the camps that are clean for you, right? It's going to be hard for you to punish things when people overextend because you're worried that their team might jump out of the jungle, or that you still might just get outplayed in the 1v1 because of how much damage they have. It's going to be up to Boogaloo to shake that and play their game. They can't change their playstyle. The lead isn't big enough.
So Uknik rotates in, places a sentry and counters that one. It's Uknik. He doesn't have a choice.
What does that mean?
He doesn't have a choice. That's Uknik. Sorry. Was he gonna take out the tower here? I don't think Chaac's gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna be back in time. So hey, you know that's how solo lane works, right? You get the tower, you win the lane. Has nothing to do with anything else.
Can you stop? People are gonna take that as an actual quote.
Look at Wuzzy though. Look at what he built. He built Runeforged Hammer on a team fighting god that really needs to look for damage. I'm assuming he's doing this simply so he can duel Awesome, but
maybe he just thinks he's Hercules.
I don't know how this matchup will work, right? I don't think I've personally never built this item on Hubat, so I'm interested to see if he's still able to duel him.
I mean, he was winning before.
They're looking to fight, too. Fear No Evil comes out. Awesome is about half. He's going to get slowed, but it's Uknik. Can he get there in time and pick up the kill?
Awesome was actually waiting for Unique there. He walked over a ward and knew that the rotation was coming in.
Bastet, though. Bastet's going to come out and try and counter-engage. The jump's not going to hit, but can he combo Uzi? You know, he's got the bleed on. There's the
beautiful shot.
Yeah, they can't keep it up, though. The jump was down. Awesome has no ult. They can't keep up that fight.
There. Wait, Soulshiner's jump was down?
Yes. You know, he jumped in and they missed it. And then he did the spray with the cats.
Right.
It did damage, and then they hit the slow.
I was wondering, like,
but the jump was down.
Blanked out. I was just so so enamored with that declawed, because if you'll notice, he hit it right on the landing. Awesome to the Max is trying to juke and will actually run directly into Soulshiner and finds his way back into the lane.
Exact same thing. Soulshiner jumps in. Fist of the Gods is used on the cats. They're able to take him out, and that was a great play.
Except Bacchus is here this time.
Why is Bacchus here?
That's actually you sound like me in my ranked games. Why is the support in this lane? Like, for real though, how did he get over here? Gold Fury's coming up in 25 seconds. He's rotating to solo. Awesome to the Max lives through it, however. Yeah,
Sylvanus is actually over there. I don't know if he's clearing the wave, but Sylvanus is over in this dual lane while the Bacchus is here fighting. But they've invested so much into the Awesome to the Max the entire time.
I would like to see Boogaloo all in.
What was that?
Oh, that was a misplay. They needed that. I was going to say all in for this Gold Fury.
Especially with Gold Fury coming up.
Yeah, I mean,
just spawning.
Cats were down. Awesome to the Max's Silence were down. But with Earthbreaker being on cooldown, this seems a bit too risky to me. Everyone should just go back to farming. Neither team should try to take this because this, to me, there's no team fight skill or prowess. That is a luck fight that they're walking into if either team engages.
It's like I said at the beginning, right? I don't think either team outdrafted the other. It's going to come down to player skill. You really want to look to Gold Fury when you have an advantage, whether it's on gods or certain abilities being down. Neither team has the advantage, so going for it's just completely risking it.
Uzi, speaking of risky, going to the back line, but then again, he does. Oh,
they're going to start it up.
Whoa. Bombers are actually getting pretty low.
Ton of poke coming out from Soulshiner and also the Max combined. And look at Jerby jumping 3 bombs, forcing 2 out. Silence coming out. Is he going to be able to secure this?
A little bit early. Unique in the back line, doing some decent damage to Jerby, but he's running out of mana and actually running out of health as well. But Boogaloo takes the Gold Fury to the sky. They'll go and they'll find Chris Pocket. Vidium, however, going to find Jerby. He jumps in place to try to strip the cats. This is looking like a trade to me. Oh, Ozzy.
The cats.
Ozzy, why didn't you jump away, buddy? They're going to drop 3 people there for a Gold Fury +1. It's going to be up to enemy to try to figure out something. They'll gain experience off that, but they lost a lot of gold there.
Yeah, this game is almost dead even at this point. 1,400 experience, 600 gold, and they're going to pressure mid-tower.
I really would like to see them split this. I mean, even if they get the tower, is it going to be worth it? I mean, look at all the experience in left. Look at the experience in right. No one's taking it.
Yeah, and Uknik actually may find a kill here. Oh, but he doesn't throw him into the Earthbreaker. A little bit of miscommunication coming out.
I mean, for what we saw in the beginning with Soulshiner and Jerby going to different camps, that's miscommunication. When you have a half second to ult someone in Serqet and shoot a max range Vulcan
They
ult,
weren't absolutely perfect, Brandon.
Right, that's the call. It wasn't absolutely perfect, but it was a damn good attempt by the Boogaloo challengers right there to keep it alive.
So it looks like Boogaloo here, they're just going to grab all that farm that, enemy Esports was not able to take. Taking a look at the gold, it looks like, I mean, everything's pretty even up. There's really no one in any lane who has a big lead. I'd say the biggest is on Bronx Mar, about 300 gold against the Anhur, but that's almost negligible, right? They both have Iqbal online. Sprint 3 coming out of Anhur, Beads 1 coming out of Bronx.
Matty Pocket in mid, gaining some experience here as Jerby rotates over to right. Very smart to make sure that the team continuously gets experience that might otherwise be lost. With that, enemy Esports still has a decent advantage here to the tune of about 1,000 gold after that mid tower goes down. But realistically, the game is as close to even as you're going to get at this stage of the game.
Yep. Jimny here starting to stack up Book of Thoth, an item that he seems to like on all the mages he's been playing.
Yeah.
Sitting at 18 stacks. And this item is actually really efficient, just buying it straight up. Many people go, oh, I got to stack up 75 stacks. It's not like Warlock Sesh, where about 50% of the item's effectiveness is on the stacks. It's
almost exactly 50%.
Yeah, it's like a 20% effectiveness. You barely gain an additional magical power.
Is it even that much? I mean,
I think it's like
Ozzy, you are in trouble. Fear No Evil, though, was flawless. He actually threw that Fear No Evil to where Soulshiner landed in the middle of it. That's going to be the maximum efficiency right there, and with that, going to be pushing them out. Gorgeous play.
Yeah, Ozzy's been doing, this solo lane, right? I think if there was more standard solo laners, it'd be rough, but Ozzy has been, outside of the tier versus below to matchup, has been doing a great job of controlling Awesome to the max, and just, he got out-rotated a lot in the Bacchus game, but now he's doing fine.
Medium getting out box here, rolling assault, going to find the cripple. An extra shot afterwards is going to do it. But, going back to the solo, one of the things, though, that's going to change things in the end game is that Humbots has beads, but he's building defense, which means his damage gets lowered. Whereas we have a Heavenly Agility coming out from Chaac.
I like this.
I love it. Heavenly Agility, for those of you who watch the streams a lot, will know is probably my favorite item in the game. It's team-wide, 6-second slow immunity, healing increase, and movement speed increase. It's gorgeous. 900 gold for that. What more can you want in an item?
Not much, outside of Hand of the Gods.
I mean, and look at this team comp, right? They have healing coming out from Rama, given the fact that he has lifesteal. Chaac has healing, plus they have Sylvanus. Heavenly Agility augments all of that.
Speaking of that, do you want to see Bacchus, who has an opening spot, pick up Weakening or Shell, right?
You got to go the Incon route. Incon,
Shell.
Incon,
but that's their...
Incon picks up Weakening like before he finishes Boots when he fights Sylvanus.
Okay.
one of the big keys to their... Oh, Soulshiner in some trouble there, forcing out beads. Unique getting some damage off. Oh, and Jerby taking a huge Earthshaker there. And from max range, it almost looked like he had disconnected his mouse there and couldn't turn around.
No, he got stunned. Right,
did he?
Yeah, Belt to the Gods, stunned him just on the edge of it, just as it happened, right? It was just perfect time. I don't know if that was... Probably wasn't planned, but that's how it worked out, right? Perfect stun, hits the corner of it. But I mean, look, right? Sylvanus just going to heal up most of the damage back up. Jerby's almost at full life once again. With the Sylvanus, you just got 100-0 people, or you're going to be fighting into just badness.
So as we get later into the game, this 1,000 gold difference starts to mean a little bit less, right? It's 1,300 gold, but 1,300 gold at 6 minutes is a big deal.
Yes.
1,300 gold at 20 minutes means next to nothing. Same thing for experience. I mean, is there even a level difference on the board right now?
The Matty Pocket's one level ahead. That's it.
That's incredible.
But from what I've seen, actually, he's actually the biggest gold lead. Taking a look right here, yeah, so he's sitting at 700 of their 1,000 gold lead, right? So the support being ahead, that far ahead doesn't really matter too much. It will, however, if he gets Magi's online before the next Gold Fury.
That's fair, right? I mean, allowing him to move up and have that CC immunity, which he has lacked so far throughout this set. One of the reasons his Bacchus got kind of worked in the games previous. Sure. Brock's Bomber is going to turn his sights to the Gold Fury here and allow it to hit him repeatedly and then reset it.
He didn't know if he wanted to continue it. Yeah, now that they see, they're basically testing the waters like, does Boogaloo know I'm doing this? Okay, they do know I'm doing this. Time not to fight it.
Right, but my issue is he has lifesteal. Why not
just kept auto attack?
Just keep hitting it?
He wasn't feeling it.
Painful. Matty trying to block this up. Beautiful play there from Matty Pocket, keeping his ward alive, just barely too.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest unseen strengths out of Sylvanus. You already know how good he is in lane, how good he is in team fights, but being able to counter ward more efficiently than other supports is huge.
Right, because he can't be body blocked. He can just throw it anywhere. With that, speaking of ward coverage, Chris Pocket going to find another one. Matty Pocket takes a small amount of damage here.
Chris could be in a bad spot here, but they don't want to invest. They don't want to invest a ton into Chris Pocket, even though he's out of position, because they know Serqet and Jiminy Glick could just pile on them if they're not careful.
Chris Pocket finds only one. Awesome to the max. Trying to get to the back line there. Matty Pocket is gone, but the back line gets destroyed. Vdium and Unique getting blown up here as finally Uzi makes the rotation, but too little too late. The Heavenly comes out, and they're turning real hard. Chris Pocket getting low, belly flopping out, dodges, but no.
Gold Fury
will be taken.
You're not going to be able to kill Jiminy. He's getting too far away. Just grab the Gold Fury. You're going to force him out.
Beautiful shot. Jiminy Glick finds a killing spree with the hottest meatball. You got to blow on that, right? Before you take a bite. Otherwise, it's going to burn you.
They can't see me, but that was actually pretty good. I gotta give you that one. I gotta give you that one.
I was gonna be like, come on, man.
Right, but you see that, right? I'm just like saying, go for Gold Fury. You don't have the kill potential. He's too full life.
They don't have Hand of the Gods. They can't be messing with this.
Soulshiner. He's gonna eat a lot though. Is that gonna be enough? No, Meatball won't connect. If the Meatball had connected, Soulshiner would have died.
Uzi has Hand. I mean, it's not Hand 3, but he has Hand.
Yeah, but I mean, at the very least, it's extra damage they can't deal with. I don't know if Glick wanted to keep that in combat, but he does keep it in combat there. He's gonna get stunned out. Bronk's doing so much. Can Jiminy pick up Jerby?
Oh
yes,
my God! Destruction!
He's going to pick him up, but now Uknik's rotating in. Soulshiner, there's nowhere for him to go. Oh, there, he's going to throw a cat. It's going to body block, going to keep him alive. Uzi, though, can he find Soulshiner?
Yeah, check this out. Getting to the back line. Oh, not going to find the Sacred Monkey. Fear no evil, though. Overhand smash. Going to find another kill. Matty Pocket has Wrath of Terra. Is he going to use it? He has two, and he's going to find them. With that, Bronx Bomber still goes down. Uzi's dotted, though, in the back line. Will they find the death?
No. Not going to be enough. Just short. You know, Wrath of Terra is good, but it's better early, right? It's not as effective late game like a Geb Cataclysm comes through.
Don't do this. Neither team needs to be doing this right now. It's too risky. Just let it go.
This has been back and forth, just pick after pick
just let it go.
Both teams.
Longest Gold Fury fight I've ever seen. Awesome to the max does not have Hand of the Gods 3. Matty Pocket, however, does.
He doesn't have Executioner online. He can't be fighting Awesome. Once he gets Executioner, maybe he can box him, but right now he's not doing enough damage.
And that Iqbal, right, it'll increase his damage. Uzi's back, though. Jerby's doing back camps. I don't know if it's time for that.
Well, they realize that they're not fighting, right? If Boogaloo had kept on a Gold Fury, he probably would have gone. But there's no point. It was very obvious that Boogaloo had gone off, but there it is. There they go. And you can see they give up red buff. Oh, no, Jerby's going to stick on to red buff.
Jerby, you need to let that go, Jerby. It's not time for that. Jerb, awesome to the max, is taking too much damage. Matty Pocket's getting slammed. You better use that red buff, big boy.
They just poking. Even though Boogaloo has the numbers advantage right now. Oh, look at Soulshiner, though.
He used his jump. He's in a bad spot. Chris Pocket could turn into this fight cleanly. That was a 3-man belly flop that he just let go.
Jeremy trying to get some damage through the wall.
Healing coming out from Matty Pocket. Doing well to keep them alive.
Away. They are scared of this team. Cats just to body block.
I think that might have been a waste there. Chris Pocket still kind of healthy here. Uzi getting to the back line. Fear No Evil, though, still on cooldown from the last engagement. Matty Pocket's in a lot of trouble, though. He's bleeding out.
Yeah, Matty's getting really low. He's going to get turned on. Bronx is able to take out Uknik. Can Matty escape?
Nope.
The jump in by Vedium will secure the kill. Soulshiner going to beats out the stun. And look at Bronx Bomber doing so much damage, hitting almost every shot. How? So many of these players are getting out with just no health.
It was a 2-for-1 trade so far. Awesome to the max, trying to get back as fast as possible. Chris Pocket looking for a way in, jumping over and slowing. Bronx Bombers is guaranteed. Oh, Jerby with a beautiful bomb over the wall. Soulshiner, he can jump back, but no, not in time. It's going to be a 2-for-1.
He would have jumped straight into the turn either way. He was dead to rights. And, okay, thank you. Please back.
Please, B. No more Gold Furies, guys. The Gold Fury fight is officially over. Please go back to your lanes.
These graphs, right? It's just like, I mean, these teams are so close constantly. They both have great individual pick potentials. They both have great team fights. And this game is going back and forth. I think the truly best team will come out on top of this.
For me, what this has come down to is there's one major message here, and that's if Jerby gets Agni, the team will do well.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's been. Agni should have been the ban. Agni should have been the ban. It's been the one force that has held enemy esports together so far.
Jiminy Glick has Soul Reaver online once again, going for the same build as last time. He only... You know, he's actually lived way longer than I think he should have with only beads one. You see Jerby, right? Max beads, max Aegis. Jiminy Glick is allowed to get more damage online than Jerby. Can we actually take a look at each? So we see 200. Yeah, look at his damage right there, 19,000. Jerby has 270 magical power. Can we hover over Jiminy real quick? It should be about lower 400s. Yeah, 420. I had a lot to say, but you know, the tree's on the other side.
Left side, you're going to see Gold Fury after that incredible and extended engagement somehow is still standing. Also, Frostbound Hammer coming out for Chaac. Go Awesome, go.
He's
that build
really
is awesome.
Tanky. Uzzy Wuzzy is fine. You know, he went this tanky build, but it seems to have been working for him. He hasn't been too effective in team fights. He's found a couple picks in the back line, but he was able to survive long enough because Chaac was basically probably going to win that lane.
So this could be a Heartward Amulet coming out from Chaac, which would be great because then Sylvanus doesn't have to build it and can go directly into Lotus Crown. VDM, although jumping into the red buff. Oh, jumping in Soulshiner. A lot of damage.
He's been doing the same thing, jumping on Jiminy, trying to get that poke off.
Chris Pocket trying to find his way in. Heavenly Agility popped possibly a little bit too early on a disengagement that didn't seem like they really needed to pull. Blink in. Matty's going to find two with Wrath.
Yeah, now Awesome. He's going to come in for the silence. Going to silence out Jiminy, but he's going to beads it. Bronx Bomber sniping once again. Going to take out Chris Pocket. But the return kill coming out. And yeah, Uknik's going to find Soulshiner.
Glick's already down, though, and that's a large portion of their damage. Awesome to the max should have no trouble zoning these three out.
They're focusing on Awesome
while
Gold Fury's being taken.
They can't really get in there. It's not safe. Vicium finally throws out the Desert Fury there.
They're spending so much on Awesome every fight, and it's just not working out. The team fight's going to split. Vedium and Uzzy could be in trouble. Meanwhile, we do see Awesome being chased out in the back by Uknik. Can he find it?
He has to. I mean, if they wind up not trading this out properly, oh man, that's a huge loss there for Boogaloo.
Bronx Bomber's going super deep here. No, he's not going to find it though. Uzzy Wuzzy's going to be able to jump over the wall. Be safe. Uknik, great small decision. Take out the red buff. It's free, but...
So two big things there. One, it's not about focusing Awesome to the max. It was about the fact that they had no more claim to that fight. Matty Pocket guaranteed with his survival that they were getting that Gold Fury. They needed to just go back and farm. And number two, Vicium didn't ult forever. I mean, realistically, at this stage of the game, Anhur's ult's not going to be doing a ton of damage, right? Desert Fury isn't like this huge life-changing thing, but it's CC immunity, and he was forcing himself to use his beads and use his jump in situations where he could have just ulted, created better distance, and then used the pillar properly for CC. We didn't see it at all.
Yeah, and he actually used his impale at the beginning of that fight, which was great at the time, right? He actually impales Awesome to the max into the wall. Wrath of Terror comes out, and Awesome was looking for the silence right after that. It was a little bit delayed, but then that impale was down. He wasn't able to pick off any squishies at that point, and like you said, he's not ulting, and he just wasn't able to get his damage off. And then at the end of the team fight, they were dumping so much into Awesome, right? And that just seems to be what's been happening so much, is they're dumping so much damage into Awesome that they're not using it for the targets they need to kill, like the Derby, like the Soul Shiner.
Speaking of Soul Shiner, Transcendence already 20 stacks. Going, it looks like, into a Shifter Shield directly after. A lot of damage belongs to him right now. Same thing for Unique, though, as you see the Deathbringer's online. Going next probably into the Malice as well. Could be Rage if he wants to go a little bit more auto-attacky. Less Deathbane-y.
I don't think he can get into auto-attack. I think he needs to stick with abilities. The Agni and the Silence coming out from Chaac. Well, I mean, you get Silence out from Chaac if you want auto-attack, but there's too much damage for him to be able to sit there and auto-attack in a fight. It's much like Ao Kuang, right? Where Ao Kuang's only good if he can sit and auto-attack. Serqet's also not very good at auto-attacking because there's just too much to stop him.
Matty Pocket going to lose that Magi's buff right there as Vicium going to find a pretty decent impale on the almost look like a no-scope there. They're starting it up. Bronx Bombers getting about 30% off it very, very quickly.
Yeah, he's going to be able to... And look at just Awesome. Awesome doesn't care. He's zoning out 5 people. Soul Shiner, once again, using the cats to zone, right? Forcing them to use abilities. And now we see Chris Pocket coming in, but it's way too late.
Intoxicate will hit 3. Heavenly Agility has already been used, and some decent damage coming to the way of the support as Soul Shiner jumps to the front line. Enemy Esports looks like they're primed to close this one out. While they only have about a 3,600 gold lead, they have more than enough damage at this point to close this down. Not a timeout, Brandon. It's a pause. Thank you very much, Raymond Peckies. Which one? It's not Peckies. Is that Adonis?
No, it's the one that's not Adonis.
I can't tell them apart.
Okay. Anyways, we're back in the game, boys. And that's a Fire Giant. You know, enemies looking... They don't have a huge lead, right? It's about 4K. I think it's really going to be important for Uzzy Wuzzy here to grab Deathbringer. Can we take a look at Golden Hand? Do we know how close he is real quick? So he needs about 500 more gold to get Deathbringer. He should be able to sell off Bluestone and grab that. And I think that's going to be important, right? He's going to need to hit some big crits onto Derby. I think that's what his goal is dive that back line, force Derby. If he can't kill him, force him to use his beads, force him to put himself in a bad spot for later in the engagement.
The issue is, how is he getting to the back line safely? Awesome has been covering the front line, allowing Matty Pocket to stay back.
He needs to loop around. He needs to play like a jungler, right? And allow Uknik to base... That's one of the problems, right? Dual Assassins work really bad when you're behind.
Right.
They work really good. Well, they work pretty good even and really good when ahead, but when you're behind and you don't have that front line, like,
it's useless.
What are they going to do? Like, Awesome, like you said, has just been sitting there in the front line, and then you really want Uknik and Uzzy Wuzzy to basically fill the same role of looping around the back, but then they're facing a 5 versus 3 in the front line.
Well, they still have a chance to hold this one down. They're losing a lot. Tower after tower seems to be falling here. Fire Giant still up for 230. They have a long defense to go, and they're going to add at least 3,000 gold more to their lead here as they take down the tier 2s in mid and in right still remaining.
This may be the only time I would ever say Celestial Legion Helm is worth it for Derby to pick up. The anti-crit item?
Yeah.
That actually...
It's only the first crit, though, yeah?
It is, but right, that's all he needs, right? When 3-man Wrath of Terra, Soul Shiner's going to jump in right behind him, but it looks like a general disengage. They're just going to take the free tower.
Well, I don't know that it was free. We had a blink and 2 ultimates used for that. They have a lot of team-wide ultimates here. Remember, Earthshaker's still available. Fear No Evil. They're trying to get to the back line. Sacred Monkey could come out and put him into the back line safely. He's going to teleport in. Fear No Evil?
No. Don't teleport in. Fight under the Phoenix here. Fighting under this tower is a bad spot, I think.
Again, right there, Vicium using his jump.
There we go. 3-man stun, 4-man Intoxicate. Matty Pocket's getting really low. They're going to have a knockup. Matty Pocket, he's still alive, though. Once again, and Uknik ults him when he's really low. Bronx sniping out too.
That looks like they could close this one out right now. They've got to rush it down. Chris Pocket is a non-issue with Intoxicate
Free
down.
Phoenix, for sure, right? They're so low, they have to go to Fountain. Bronx needs to get into this Phoenix and do damage before Jiminy Glick is able to heal up and come back in.
Look at Chris Pocket just trying to hold off as much damage as possible. He's blocking beautifully. Phoenix still alive, but it will go down. So far, just one. Bronx Bombers taking a lot of damage, getting very low on mana as well, but they're not going to re-engage here. But they have lost the lion's share of the gold advantage here. As you're going to see Yeah, this has gotten kind of out of control very quickly. That Fire Giant buff is no joke.
Can we take a look at Golden Hand right after this? Jim, you know, look at this. 2,500 coming out for Chaac, 1,800, 1,700, 1,700. So a good bit of gold left in hand to really complete these items that are going to finish out this game. We're going to see Jerby working on a Soul Trap. I'm assuming that's going to turn into a Soul Reaver, but like I said earlier, Book of Thoth is always worth it. You don't get that much benefit from the stacks.
Well, I mean, Soul Reaver, though, I mean...
Oh, yeah. It's really good.
It's very strong. We should definitely see that. Bronx Bomber is going to turn himself, looks like, to the Gold Fury. This one shouldn't take too long. And we do have a Malice coming out from Serqet, so she has instant kill potential at this point. 40% chance to crit. For sure. That's going to be important, but like we said earlier, how do they get to the backline, right? It's two gods that are trying to get to the backline, and Hunbots and Uknik Serqet. But like, Matty Pocket, Sylvanus, in addition to just awesome to the max, being incredibly tanky. You see him even pick up a Winged Blade there at the end, right? Look at how much health does he have? He's probably upwards of 3,200? He has definitely a lot right now, sitting very, very powerful. Soul Shiner right now, though, is the key here. He's the one, for me, that's been really setting things up. And while he hasn't had the highest damage on his team overall, his team's actually very close, within 1,200 of each other, aside from the support. He's been the one getting the major poke out in the fights.
On Jiminy.
Right, onto Jiminy and, you know, onto Unique, and making sure that the carries are getting taken care of.
And it's really, Soul Shiner has been running the strategy all game, and it's really working now, right? It was okay before, but now that he has Transcendence fully stacked, now that he has Titan Bands, he's going to jump in on Jiminy, pop out the Razor Whip, and do half his life, right? And then Bronx Bomber hasn't missed a snipe. I mean, he's missed some snipes, but he's been hitting almost every single snipe, and it seems to be picking up Jiminy a lot in the back of these team fights.
Well, Fire Giant is back up. This could be the final stand. If enemy wins this fight, more than likely we'll be able to drop that Titan on the back of it. If they lose this fight, though, we'll see Boogaloo back in this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is the final game.
And I like this.
Goes to the summer
Bronx
split.
Bombers tanking this very well, forcing them to make a decision. Pocket gonna stun out Pocket there. They reset the Fire Giant for now. No, going back in. Awesome to the max, baiting out the belly flop there. Fire Giant's
so
free.
Much damage.
It's free.
Not only that, but Jerby's poked most of out. There goes Fear No Evil. Is he going to be able to pick up anyone?
Jerby's getting pretty low here. Uzzy Wuzzy going to beads. Turning around here. Chris Pocket getting very low. They're going to lose their hand to the gods. And with VDM going down, this one's looking pretty done. Check this out.
No,
got him. Awesome to the max. Finds it beautifully.
Yeah, and then, you know, Bronx continues to do Fire Giant. There's no way he's not going to grab this one here. No, they realize that everyone important is down. All that's left is Serqet, and they're going to look to force out this Titan. They're not even going to go for the other Phoenixes. They're going for the win.
And they should, right? I mean, why not just close this one out as fast as possible? Enemy trying to keep their spot in here. Will the roster change be good enough? Awesome to the max, and the boys trying to find this one. It's about 50%. Getting lower, and it looks like enemy will find themselves back in the Pro League.
Great defense by both enemy and upcoming stars today to make sure, like, these are the two teams, too, that people were like, they really didn't deserve to win the SPL when they first made it in. And then they were kind of proving everyone right. Neither team winning a single game. They both came out in huge best of fives, win all 5 games, turn out that hey, man, they need to be here.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, they played great, right?
Yep.
Soul Shiner, incredible wins all day. Awesome to the max, controlled his lane great. Matty Pocket showing up, great job. Yeah. Plain and simple. All 3 major roster changes were perfect.
So it worked out. It's going to be interesting moving forward. But Matty Pocket, speaking of him, was able to secure first blood here. Let's take a look and roll it real quick.
I mean, this could have been the difference, right? I mean, Chris Pocket really just overcommits here. I mean, that belly flop was super late.
The hog was late too, right? He had already saw that Matty had hogged and still elected to hog here. And then, you know, the Earthbreaker came through, but they weren't able to find any return kills.
I mean, it hurts, right? You see, you have to get the belly flop to land at like 259.5.
It's hard.
I mean, you have to get it before the 3-minute hits. Otherwise, you're pretty much guaranteeing Sylvanus to win there. He still gets the camp, hits level 5, gets the Wrath of Terra, because that's what they were fighting for. Shoo, man. So let's take a look at the standings here. We're going to look on the European side of things, as we saw this morning, and see just how the standings are shaping up.
Yep, so the 7 teams qualified so far. Fnatic and Trig, obviously. 1 and 2 came to land. Titan LC able also as the 3 and 4 seats, but then it was Team Dignitas defended theirs. Night's Watch came through expansion. Upcoming
Amazing.
Stars also able to defend it. Tomorrow, we're going to be seeing Epsilon versus the Broncos. Epsilon was the premier team that basically everyone was saying they should have been in instead of Upcoming Stars or instead of some of the other teams.
I'm not trying to be that guy. That one's going to be clean. I think it's going to be
so
3-0 under 20
COG,
minutes.
right? Very similar to COG versus Resist. These are the teams that looked really good and proved it.
See, for me, though, Resist put up a fight. I don't see the Broncos doing that. I think Epsilon's going to walk through that fight.
All right, we'll have to see. But we also have North America now. 7 teams secured for the summer split as we are expanding to 8 teams. AFK, TSM came to the spring finals. And AFK, you see them at top. They ended up winning. So AFK looking good. Cloud9 just missing out on the LAN. Denial Esports there. COG defends their spot. Legion joins through expansion. And then Enemy Esports, like we just saw, defends their spot.
Tomorrow we're going to see Eager going up against Hi-5. Again, looks to be a pretty clean run for them.
I don't know about that, you know. And first up, it will be Epsilon versus the Broncos, like we said, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 1900 CEST. And then immediately after that series, we'll see Team Eager take on Hi-5.
With that, it's going to close out our Saturday. Join us again tomorrow at 1 o'clock for the, I guess, the finale of this. Before we go, guys, don't forget about this 2015
season ticket. That's my favorite year, actually.
Dude, I want that.
This is great, right?
I want that Void Worm. By the way, have you seen this Nemesis skin?
Not in game yet. Not too many people have got it.
Yo, TV got it yesterday.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so you spend 300 gems, and basically there's 2 ways to earn fantasy points, right? One is going to be through picking the Pro League game winners, right? So you're going to you have this menu, right, that you go through from the login screen, and you're like, I think Denial is going to beat Cloud9, and if you get it right, and that happens, you know, I'm not saying it will.
I don't think that will happen.
You get fantasy points, and once you reach 1,000, there's Nemesis skin, and continuing more rewards.
You got to win your games. I like that.
Yes.
I like it. It's because it's for the Pro League. You want to be a pro player, you got to win your games to get your points. I think that's really cool. I'm a big fan, except that I keep losing. Yeah. Join us tomorrow, guys, 1 o'clock for the finale of the relegations before we get back into the Pro League. Good night.